Hi, and welcome to week 2. We have a busy week ahead of us. I'm so glad you're here. The first thing you'll need to do this week is check in on the messages to see if I sent you any messages. Then I need you to review your week 1 feedback. Okay, it is very important that you review that feedback because I'm giving you feedback on your thesis statement. Your thesis statement is the building block you will use over the next 4 weeks to move forward. So make sure you're taking into consideration whatever I told you to take into consideration. Okay, remember your thesis statement should list your stance and 3 different points. So to get us started, I'm going to review the thesis statement I used in my week 1 assignment last week. And that is that people should procure standard vaccinations if possible in order to safeguard the health of the children, the general public, and the financial future of the public. All right, so in week 2, as you begin, you'll see that we're focusing on library research and integrating ideas. We're going to support that thesis statement using the library. All right, first thing you'll need to do is complete your discussion. That's a 175-word initial post and 2 additional 75-word posts. Then you have many learning activities down here. All of these learning activities will prepare you to complete your library research worksheet. For your library research worksheet, you need to download it. It's located right here. Download that, and you should always submit it back to me in Word document. Do not submit an embedded document. I need to see the specific document uploaded. All right, now as we begin our week 2 worksheet, you can see it's right here, and I've completed it ahead of time so I can walk you through it quickly. You are tasked with going into the library and finding 3 research articles. We want to focus on finding scholarly articles, and I suggest you find one article that kind of supports each point you've listed in your thesis statement. Okay. In my case, the first point I want to search for is the idea that vaccinations help children. Okay. So I'm going to go into my library. Remember, you go into the university library, okay? And then remember, you should probably choose to use ProQuest, Opposing Viewpoints, or Ebscohost. All right, so go ahead and click on, let's go Ebscohost in this case. Okay, then I'm going to type in, go ahead and click, and then I'm going to type in my search terms, which would be like vaccinated versus unvaccinated children. Okay, I like that idea. Then, in order to make it a little bit more scholarly in nature, I'm going to limit my information to scholarly articles. Okay, so make sure that that has been limited. Oops. So I go limit scholarly articles. So it's only searching for scholarly journal articles. That gets rid of all of your news sources, popular media sources, and really narrows your search down to the most credible research you can use. Okay. Now, after that's been done, I'm going to sift through here and look for something that talks about children being vaccinated, not being vaccinated. Okay. And hopefully I'm going to find something that appeals to me and that I know will serve my purpose, okay? In this case, I found an article titled Measles Outbreak in Unvaccinated and Partially Vaccinated Children and Adults in the United States and Canada, a narrative review case. So that seems like perfect, okay. Even talks about both children and adults. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to quickly sift through it and make sure it actually meets the criteria I want to use for research to support my idea. Okay, in this case, as I'm sifting through the abstract, which is the beginning, that usually gives you a really good idea of what the article is about. So I always encourage you to read that, especially the last several lines of the paragraph. And I can see it says right here, a potential driving factor to the increased cases may be because fewer children have been vaccinated over the last number of years in both countries. So it's talking about how, and it goes on to talk about how measles used to be eradicated, and now it's back because we're not vaccinating children because they're traveling more, etc. All right, so this seems like perfect information to support my idea that this not being vaccinated causes a lot of problems in our country. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy and paste my authors into the authors, because I have to first answer who is the author and why is this work credible. Remember that when you're evaluating a source for being credible, we learned about this idea of CRAP, which asks you to review the currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose of each article. So I encourage you to use those criteria when you're telling me about whether or not this article is a credible one for you, okay? And so I quickly did that. This source is current. It was published in 2019. It's relevant, supports my point. It's authoritative, it's scholarly article, peer-reviewed, it's accurate, it's based on a scientific study using measurables, and it's purposeful. It supports my thesis statement. Then I'm going to sift through that article, and you also have to show me either a cited direct quote or a cited paraphrase. The direct quote you choose needs to be less than 40 words if you choose to use a direct quote. And then both the direct quote and the cited paraphrase need to be cited. So in this case, you can see I have more than 6 authors, so I have a little bit different way of having to cite that. If you're curious about how to cite things, you can always go on to like a different online source and learn, okay, how do I cite a source with 1 author? And this is in our readings for this week too, or 2 authors, or more than 6. But there are other online sources that give you the same information in our textbook too. So just make sure you're citing the direct quote and the paraphrase accurately. Okay, so in this case, I've put my direct quote into quotation marks, and I have an accompanying in-text citation. The direct quote is, the recent spike in vaccine deterrence coupled with the increase in international travel has created the perfect circumstance for the disease to enter into areas where it was once considered eliminated, such as the United States and Canada. Okay, that's a good direct quote. That's going to nicely support my point. Now, if I wanted to put it into my own words, I can say something like, people opting out of vaccinations in addition to increased travel abroad has led to the reemergence of measles, which was once eradicated in the US and Canada. Okay, so I've simplified that point a little bit more and actually like the paraphrase better than the direct quote. So in this case, for my essay, I'm probably going to use that paraphrase. All right, and then add in your reference citation. Remember that you can use the cite source when putting in that reference citation. Super easy step to complete. Remember, you just click on it and then hit that cite button. It gives you a bunch of selections. It also puts it into APA formatting, and then you can copy and paste the right article, the citation over. So, all right, I hope this helps. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.